from After Dark World Headquarters. This is your favorite correspondent, KD, delivering with pleasure your morning report. It is a cold late November morning, a late November Sunday morning, very early. National Goof Off Month's coming, but not for us. We just keep on rocking. So to get right down to the morning reporting and the readings, let's continue. This is the third day from Michael Crichton Travels, and if you remember, the story is the girl who seduced everyone. So Crichton is talking to Dr. Geller about this Karen who he's treating in the hospital. Dr. Geller speaks. So, did you make her pregnant yet? No, I said to Dr. Geller. Tell me how it's going. I told him what I knew so far. Her story sounded terrible. I interpreted it as a cry from a young girl for the attention of her father, a man who obviously wasn't capable of giving her the love and care she required. Instead, he was harsh and punitive. 2 pregnancies, one at 14 and one at 16, remember. Then dismissed, set off to various foster homes. It was amazing. I felt that Karen had done as well as she had. I felt she had done as well as she had gotten into college and so forth. Why are you so protective of her? I'm not. Dad's a bastard and she's a victim? Well, isn't she? How does Karen relate to you? She seems very open. Ask about her mother. Karen didn't have much to say about her mother. Her mother was a retired school teacher, crippled in one leg from an automobile accident. Her mother was a weak person who let her father walk all over her and abuse her. And her mother didn't stand up for Karen even when she knew. Even when she knew, she fell silent and stared out the window. Knew what? I asked. She shook her head, continued to stare out the window. Knew what? I said. About my father. What about your father? My father used to fool around with me. How do you mean? He used to, fool around with me. He told me not to tell my mother. You mean your father had intercourse with you? She smiled. You're so formal. When we had been talking about her father for a week, why didn't you tell me this before? I don't know. I thought you would be mad at me. She curled in the chair again in her kittenish way. This time beneath the miniskirt, she wore no underwear at all. We'll continue with this. Michael Crichton's Travels. I can highly recommend it. To wind up the readings this morning, let's go to, there's only one Xavier Hollander. A letter to Ms. Hollander. Dearest Xavier, can you help me? I love sucking cocks. If they're the cocks of guys, I'm bawling. Boy, bawling is an antiquated word now. And after seeing that silly movie, Deep Throat, I have to admit to an enormous desire to be able to swallow cock like that silly lady. As a film, I was hoping it would be really funny, but I have to admit I got turned on as Linda enveloped one joint after another. God, can that woman suck cock? What I want to know from you is your own ideas of how to suck cock and whether you think my interest in this idea is reasonably normal. If some guy I didn't really know come up to me and flashed his hard cock, I wouldn't want to suck it. But if it's a date of mine, I can't wait to stuff it in my mouth. There are things I want done to me, but I do love this part of sex. Please advise, name withheld, Vancouver, British Columbia. Xavier attracts all the maniacs ever since her initial fame. Let's get shit done. Really. Let's just get shit done. Consequential shit. Always be nice until it's time not to be nice. Be kind to animals. Discipline equals freedom. And of course, never complain and never explain. Let's get into adventures today. Let's do something constructive. National Goof Off Month is coming, but that doesn't mean we have a choice. We keep going. We keep going until the end. So, for Mr. and Ms. America and all ships at sea, all sods everywhere, this is your humble correspondent and your favorite correspondent, KD. Wishing you a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the road to adventure.